We have all been through it. We had a great relationship going and things were moving smoothly. Then something happened, usually catastrophic, and paradise caught on fire. It's understandable, it happens to everybody, and it's not the end of the world. In fact, it just may be that what you thought was an epic fail can actually be a lesson that makes the next relationship work perfectly. What up? It is David Bauer here with another episode from Ace of Hearts Academy. Thank you for taking this time to invest in yourself, your future, and your future relationships. And congratulations on making the decision to break up with loneliness, because I promise you, your future relationship will thank you for it. By the end of this video, you will understand how we as men sabotage ourselves using past relationship failures to hold us back, and how to properly view those failures so that they make our next relationship better. When we fail to keep a relationship together, we have several responses. We may blame another person, or possibly even the one we were with. We may even become obsessed with ourselves. And quite often, we take these insecurities or these failures into the new relationship, which just tends to perpetuate the problem, of course. Usually, any of these destroys the new relationship as well, but it doesn't have to go this way. Whether it's the blame game, becoming upset, or taking that poison into the next relationship, all of this can be turned around, and you can find value in the failure by refining or adjusting your perspective first. Accept that the failure occurred and welcome it rather as a lesson to be learned from rather than a scar to be mourned over. Once you accept that, you can learn from whatever mistake you made in the past relationship, and you can then grow from the lesson. First, let's take a look at playing the blame game. Now, you can point fingers all day long. It was his fault, it was her fault, it was their fault. But none of this changes the end result, okay? It happened. Sorry. And trying to find out whose fault it was will only create bitterness rather than the solution. Train your mind so that every time you want to blame the other person, you instead accept what happened. Accept how you feel about it, and make an agreement with yourself to not dwell on it, but rather to heal from it. And maybe even make a note to yourself to look out for early signs of whatever the problem was in the future. Maybe, just maybe, we become upset with ourselves. We take full responsibility, even if it wasn't entirely our fault. We beat ourselves up and claim we are undeserving of love. By taking this mindset, you stop yourself from healing. First, take into account that it is rarely 100% your fault. Recognize where you might have messed up, accept it, and agree to learn from the mistake. The worst one, and this is the worst one, is we take the failure into the new relationship. We actually take the insecurity that we gained from the failure into the new relationship. So we take that insecurity that we've gained from the breakup and we bring it into the next relationship with us. It's like a poison that nags at the back of our minds the whole time we're with the other person. And inevitably, we mess up the relationship because all we can think about was being afraid that we were going to mess it up. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to focus on spilling the glass of milk. Whoa, yeah, okay, there it goes. Yeah, real good. Yeah, so inevitably we tend to mess up the relationship because we were focusing on not messing it up. I've talked to quite a few men with these insecurities. 9 times out of 10, they're false. They're just not real. So just kick the insecurity out. Call the insecurity out on the mat. Tell it that he or she is a liar and impolitely show it the door. Seriously, do this impolitely. You don't have to be polite about it. Now, I do go a little deeper into how this technique works in this other video. And I do trainings on this type of technique, not only during my workshops, but also my one-on-one coaching. And if you're interested in any of that, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video and include the links below. Now, you're probably wondering, why do we even have these reactions to a failed relationship? Well, the reason is because specifically our minds are trying to avoid the repeat of a painful situation, in this case, the breakup. Our minds are designed to protect us. When our mind identifies a situation that led to a painful experience, it takes note of that. It documents and makes a note to avoid that situation in the future. This was very helpful in our past when our mind was keeping us safe from things that could potentially kill us, like poisonous berries or dangerous animals. But the great news is about a breakup, and I know this may come as a surprise to some of you, but you're actually not going to die from it. Fortunately, your mind wants to heal. So once you recognize that you're not going to die from the breakup, you can complete the healing process of identifying what happened, accepting it, accepting the lesson it taught you, and making improvements based on those lessons. It doesn't matter how many times you mess up. That's part of the process of finding the right one. So don't let yourself be defeated from past experiences. Learn from them, improve from them, and get back out there. The only way you can truly fail at love is if you stop trying. Again, I do go a little deeper into this technique and how all this works in this other video, which I highly recommend you watch next. I also go a little deeper on the topics of psychology, attraction, confidence, etc. in my courses, workshops, and one-on-one coaching. If you're interested in any of that, I have included the links below. And that's a tip for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, leave a comment, and as always, get out there and ace it.